Hey, what's up, guys? How's it rolling? Mr. Mom, fired up, bringing you Water Change Wednesdays. That's right, guys. You know what day it is. Not going to leave you hanging, guys. But today's not about subscribers. Today's not about contests, guys. The only thing that today is about is fish tanks. That's right, we got to step back and show love for the fish tanks every now and then, guys. That's what it's all about. So we're not talking about anything but fish tanks today, guys. I keep showing the same tank because all my other tanks are in seclusion right now. Basically, my other tanks, all of them, they're like Bigfoot, guys. We all know they exist, but nobody ever sees them. So I promise you, I'm going to be bringing you some other tanks, guys. I got some other stuff in the works. It's just about spending the money, and I'm not going to show you guys a tank that's not worthy to show you guys. So you guys deserve at least a halfway decent looking tank. I know this tank isn't it either, but it's getting there, guys. So hang in there. Thanks for watching the videos, guys. I really appreciate it. Let's get into it, guys. Water Change Wednesdays. Been watching some YouTube, watching a little forum action, and, it comes around every now and then, the debate between dirted tanks and non-dirted tanks. So, Mr. Mom, talking in the third person, guys, I'm going to give you my opinion about dirted versus non-dirted and why, people do what they do. Basically, you see the chatter, guys. It's people asking, oh, what's better, dirted tank, non-dirted tank, blah, blah, blah. It really comes down to what you want to accomplish with the tank, how much money you have to spend on a consistent basis for upkeep and stuff like that is all consideration. You younger cats, a lot of you have smaller tanks, limited income, I totally feel you guys there. So what it comes down to for me, guys, no matter what, you can have a good tank and an awesome tank with dirt or without dirt. On the same token, you can have a crap tank with dirt or without dirt, right? So it depends on your maintenance a lot. It depends on how consistent you are, and it depends on what you're trying to accomplish with your tank. So that's really what it comes down to. So keep those in mind when you're thinking about what you want to set up as far as dirt or substrate. In this particular tank, I went with substrate. Mainly because I don't want to wait for the water to clear up. I don't want to, every time I move a plant, I don't have to want to wait for a day or two for it to clear up at best. You know what I'm saying? I run lots of filtration. I do believe in overfiltration of a certain extent. I don't believe in over-carbon filtration in a planted tank. Carbon filtration is important, but you have to be careful, especially in a non-dirted tank. Carbon filtration will strip the nutrients and everything out of your tank slowly. So in a non-dirted tank especially, you're adding a lot of nutrients to make up for, what's not there naturally in the substrate. So basically you're adding all your micro and macro nutrients, iron and potassium and other fertilizers and nutrients. So with a dirted tank, you're not really doing that as much. You still really need CO2. CO2 is not really supplied a lot, not in the amounts that it's needed just in dirt itself. But it's not quite as important as in a dirted tank. Also, in a non-dirted tank, you're running higher lights most of the time. Sometimes that's harder to pull off in a dirted tank because, you'll have a lot of extra nutrients in your water column, which is good for plants. It's also really good for algae and other things. You get algae either way, but it comes down to this, guys. You can have a nice tank either way. It depends on how much time and maintenance you want to put into it, in my opinion. I'm the type of guy, I get a kick out of putting stuff in my tank. I love fertin. I love having a schedule. I'm a meticulous guy like that. I like messing with my tank. I love doing water changes. I look forward to them. It gets me fired up, guys. You know how I roll. I get fired up with stupid stuff like water changes and, new leaf growth and all that stuff. I'm a real dork. I'm a nerd, but so are you guys. You wouldn't be watching my videos if you weren't. So, I don't know, guys. I'm not going to get into it. I don't want to start an argument. If you like dirted tanks and that's what you prefer, good for you guys. If you're doing a good job with dirted tanks, awesome. In my opinion, if you want a scaped tank and you want it to be, meticulously scaped or whatever, you probably don't want to go with a dirted tank. It's going to be too messy. But if you're more concerned about, plant growth and, that really concerns you more than, a show tank, then dirt's probably the way to go. I can tell you for right now, when I set up my grow out tanks, they're going to be dirt because I really don't care what they look like so much. So this tank, I'm taking out dead leaves all the time, blah, 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 but I get insane plant growth in here, guys. You guys know that. I don't have to tell you that. So either way, guys, if you have questions, or you want more detailed stuff about dirted versus non-dirted, there's a lot of people you can go to for that. If you want to ask me a question, feel free, guys. I'm here for you. I've been doing fish tanks for over 20 years. I know enough to where you're not going to be killing your stuff. Let's just say that. So I'm willing to answer questions, guys. That's what Water Change Wednesday is all about. So real quick, shout out J Flesh Tanks. His tanks are down right now, guys. He's moving. All of his tanks are down, completely dishelved. So give him about 2 weeks, guys. He'll have everything up and running better than before. That's right, guys. And then we're going to get stuff running this spring and summer for some plant growth. So Petco gift card going out, Drew's Aquariums. I got your stuff, boy. Mr. Mom's Tanks is taking care of you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for taking 6-7 minutes out of your day. I know your time is important, guys, and I appreciate you spending it with me, and so do they. So, yeah, Mr. Mom Tanks, peace.